Hey guys, Dark Gomo Gamer here, and actually this isn't going to be a Let's Play of any kind, but it's going to be the first in a series of videos that I've actually not done, even considering my my channel's subject. It's kind of weird that I've never done one of these before, but anyway, this is going to be a first impressions videos of the recently released Sunset Overdrive, which is an exclusive for the Xbox One. It takes place in Sunset City, where the player is taking control of a person who is a basic busboy of a company called Fizco, which have recently released a new energy drink that everyone loves, and also turns into mutants. So you're going to be running around the town, destroying the mutants that have been infected with the energy drink infection. So the plot itself is actually kind of interesting. Now, I managed to play at least a little bit of. I played to close to an hour of Sunset Overdrive, and I think I have a decent idea of what I'm getting into so far. I've only had an hour into it, so keep that in mind as I go along. But anyway, this game is not meant to be taken very seriously. There's tons of jokes. There's a gun called the Compensator that looks like a dick. So this is of course, this is being made by Insomniac Games. So this is a very interesting game. It's not meant to be taken seriously at all. It's just a fun little. It's a fun game. It's very, very, very colorful. Even the story is very colorful and very humor centric. It's more of a comedic kind of thing instead of the usual story-driven stuff we've been getting recently. So it's actually a nice change of pace. But anyway, on that topic, the comedy, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking jokes, and some of the comedy is a little raunchy. But other than that, the comedy was actually pretty good. There's a lot of times where I genuinely laughed, but I did feel there was a couple times where it's like, all right, move along. Even they make a joke about tutorials where an announcer comes over the heavens and says, after much research, this is the best way to do it. They're obviously jabbing at tutorials, and then the joke kind of backfires because you go into this very centric tutorial where it takes away control from the player and it just blankly tells you how to do stuff, and I don't like tutorials like that. But anyway, after that, I got a decent dose of the different ways to play. Now, this does look like a usual third-person shooter except for the colors, but I'm actually here to tell you it is not the case at all. Your main method of travel is all that matters. You need to keep on the move if you want to survive. And you know how a lot of developers have said that, where it's just like, oh, you need to do this to survive. And then you get into the game and it's like, no, you're relatively okay. I'm telling you, if you hit the ground, if you just walk around on the ground trying to attack people, you will die in 10 seconds, probably? Yeah, the enemies pack a punch. But actually, going into that, once you're on the move, like when you're not on the move, you get pounded very easily. You get swarmed very quickly. But if you're on the move, you actually have a relatively nice time. You're not getting swarmed by too many things, because thankfully the enemies don't move. Well, they do move as fast, but they're not as versatile. That's the best way to put it. So yeah, it's very adrenaline focused. It wants you to keep on the go, even with its style meter, which the style meter powers your amps, and your amps give you special abilities. So that's basically how that works. So yeah, if you like speed-centric stuff, if you want to keep on the move, then this game is definitely for you. I definitely had a great time, you know, just moving around, being very fast, going across buildings, mostly fast parkour stuff I'm really into. Now the shooting component, it is, I'm actually not sure how this works, because there's a couple times where it felt like it was a little hold handy, but there's also a couple times where it felt like a regular shooter. I don't want to say it's stiff, but there was a couple times where, since you do have to keep on the move, and being fast and the ability to aim is a little troublesome, but thankfully the weapons do give a little leniency. It's just, even then, it's still a little difficult to aim and also keep on the move, especially when you're being swarmed. But yeah, so The maneuverability is fun. The shooting is fun. The humor, hit or miss. Now, I want to talk about the graphics, because that's what this gen is all about, apparently, to some fucking people. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so, this is exclusive on the Xbox One, and it looks fucking fantastic. Now, I am usually into the realistic stuff, you know, the subtle lighting and, you know, the regular cinematography, that kind of situation. I'm not too much into the cartoony stuff, but this is almost 100% cartoony and comic-y. But it never feels like it goes over the line. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very comic-ish. Like there's like every time you blow up an enemy or something goes by, it spells out these words in a nice explosion, and I like that. And I think the reason I like it is because it's tied into the special effects. The special effects are very awesome. Like, whenever something big happens, it feels like something big happens. It's not like other games where you kind of poke something and all these explosions go off. No, it's very hectic, and I do like the graphics. They're very good. There's been a couple weird subtleties, mostly in the characters talking, but it doesn't detract too much. The customization, I've only gotten into it. Only gotten an hour into it, so there isn't much there to begin with, so I can't really comment on that. There's also the online mode, which is called Chaos Squad. So Chaos Squad, basically you go into a lobby, and then you're gonna vote on different maps and different activities to do, and it gets hectic. It gets up to 8 people, and oh my god, that is a lot of explosions. Like, in the main campaign, there is a lot of explosions, but in Chaos Squad, it is just monstrous. It's so awesome with all these explosions going on. It's very testosterone-y. But it feels like it doesn't go too over the line with other games. It's still very... it's still a little based, but this game clearly has fun with what it's being. A couple times that does get a little annoying, especially concerning the making fun of the announcer, the voice from the heavens that tells you how to do things. Mainly with those kind of jokes. The fourth wall is hit or miss. But anyway, so the shooting is fun. The story I haven't gotten too far into, so I'm not sure about that. The same thing with the customization. There isn't a whole lot there, but there is enough to just switch it up a little bit. So I'm not sure about the story. The gameplay is fun. It's very fast, very versatile. I like that. There's some stiffness when it comes to the shooting, but it's not that big of a problem. And the fast-paced moving along, I love games like that. So this game really wants you to move fast, and it thankfully allows you to do so. The graphics and the style of this game is fantastic. I love it. I love it a whole lot, which is weird because I usually don't like in-your-face games like this. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I've only gotten an hour into it, so maybe after the hour it just plummets. I don't know. But that's the point of the first impressions. So guys, that's basically my thoughts on Sunset Overdrive. If you have an Xbox One, then I suggest picking it up as far as these first impressions go. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, then I will probably be making a whole lot of first impressions because the month of November is going to be punching a lot of people's wallets. So if you like this, then please tune in next time when I have another Let's Play up, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll do some more stuff in Sunset Overdrive.